Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful ideas for living a more effective life, beginning with the end in mind. And trust me, this is so much more than just setting a few goals. It's about becoming the leader of your own life.
So, let's just get right to it with a question that, honestly, we should all ask ourselves more often. We're all busy, right? Our days are packed, our to-do lists are a mile long. But is all that activity, all that busyness, actually getting you where you truly want to go? Are you just busy, or are you actually being effective?
You know, this quote just hits so hard because it captures a trap so many people fall into. We work like crazy, we climb and climb that ladder of success, we hustle, only to get to the top and have that horrible sinking feeling when we realize we've been climbing the wrong wall this whole time. That's the activity trap, and it's exactly what this habit is designed to help you avoid.
Okay, so how do we stay out of that trap? Well, it all starts with understanding a really fundamental principle about how pretty much everything works. And that is, all things are created twice. Just think about building a house for a second. You wouldn't just show up with a pile of bricks and start stacking them, right? Of course not. First, you have to create a detailed blueprint. That's the first creation, the mental one. And only after that blueprint is perfect do you start the second creation, the actual physical building. Believe it or not, our lives work exactly the same way.
And here's the kicker. That first mental creation is going to happen one way or another. You can either live by design, where you are the architect, you consciously draw up your own blueprint, or you can live by default, where you just let other people, your old habits, or random circumstances draw it for you. It's a choice we all have to make.
So how do we actually start designing our own life's blueprint? Well, it begins with what I like to call the ultimate perspective check. It's about finding your personal true north, those core values that are going to guide every single decision you make from now on.
All right, just stick with me on this, because I know it sounds a little strange, maybe even morbid, but this is probably the single fastest way to cut through all the noise and the day-to-day stress to figure out what really truly matters to you on the deepest possible level.
So just close your eyes for a second and really picture it. You see a family member get up to speak, then a close friend, a coworker. What do you hope they're saying? What do you want them to remember about you? What kind of impact did you have on their lives?
See, this isn't about being gloomy. It's about clarity. It's about defining success on your own terms. This exercise connects you right to your deepest values across these three critical areas: who you want to be, what you want to give, and what you want to accomplish. That right there, that's your true north.
Okay, so once you have that clarity, once you've connected with those deep-seated values, the next step is to make it real. You got to get it out of your head and turn it into something tangible, something you can actually use. And the best way to do that is by writing a personal mission statement. I want you to think of this as your personal constitution. It's your highest law. It's that unshakable standard that you can measure every decision against, whether it's a huge life choice or just a small daily one. It becomes your anchor.
This mission statement isn't just a bunch of nice-sounding words. It's a clear, powerful declaration of your purpose, and it flows directly from that funeral exercise, focusing on what you want to be, your character, and what you want to do, your contributions and achievements.
And this is where it gets really powerful. This is where you take back the pen. See, most of us are living out scripts that other people wrote for us, our parents, society, our past experiences. Creating a mission statement is an act of re-scripting. You are consciously tearing up the old script and writing a brand new one for yourself based on what truly matters to you.
So, what's the payoff for all this work? Well, it's about building your life on a foundation that is absolutely solid. It's about discovering and then living from your center.
You see, whatever you put at the center of your life, whatever that is, it becomes the source for these four key life support factors. Your security, which is your sense of self-worth. Your guidance, your internal compass. Your wisdom, the lens through which you see the world. And your power, your ability to actually get things done.
Now, a lot of us center our lives on really shaky things, right? Like money, which can disappear, or work, which can change, or even the opinions of other people, which, let's be honest, change all the time. But when you center your life on principles, things like integrity, fairness, service, things that are timeless and never change, you build your foundation on solid rock. It gives you a kind of inner stability that nothing on the outside can ever take away.
And this whole process we've been talking about, defining your vision, clarifying your values, that is the very essence of personal leadership. And you have to understand this. Leadership must always, always come before management.
Let me break it down. Leadership, this habit, is the top line. It asks, is my ladder on the right wall? Management, which is the next habit, is the bottom line. It asks, how can I climb this ladder more efficiently? You can be the most efficient, fastest ladder climber in the entire world, but it doesn't mean a thing if your ladder is leaning against the wrong wall.
When you begin with the end in mind, you make sure that every ounce of effort, every step you take, is moving you in the direction that you've chosen, a direction that actually matters. So I'll just leave you with this one simple question to think about. What wall is your ladder leaning against?